have all but destroyed the Jedi Knights. The old Republic is crippled. They can do nothing to stop us now. But there is one thing standing in our way. One last Jedi who has yet to choose his true role in the galaxy. If he joins us on the path to darkness, those who fight alongside him will follow. But if he takes the path of a Jedi, those who join him will feel the vengeance of the dark side.
The highly anticipated sequel to the 2003 Game of the Year, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords.
Alright, welcome in. Are we ready to start the wonderful journey that is Star Wars? Knights of the Old Republic 2. I'm excited. How about you guys? So, not much of a recap, but still a recap nonetheless, is so we've finished helping out the Civil War on Alderaan, and then we got with the Jedi Master. He basically gave us some more back lore on what is happening and what they think the problem is. They're still unsure about both. They just know something with inside the Force is, or something is attacking them from the Force. I died a lot during that, so we didn't get as far as in Nar Shaddaa as I would have loved, but I mean, I didn't save often, so we had to keep replaying the same part over and over again. But we did make it to Nar Shaddaa. Basically, once we landed, the guy that's been hunting us from the start of the game told all the bounty hunters that they are not to lay a hand on us while we're on Nar Shaddaa's planet, or surface. Some of the bounty hunters are not too happy with that call. They really were like, yo, we've been hunting Ezio from the start. He's now here, so why can't we hunt him and gain the bounty that we've been trying to do for the entire game? We found swoop racing, but it wasn't the typical swoop racing where we can win money. It's a droid.
This is Serico territory. Get out of here before we space you. Got it? We are. Now beat it.
Yeah, so there was swoop racing, but every time you try to play it, I don't think you're allowed to hit anything, because anytime I did, the guy we were racing beat us on time limit. So I'm not sure how to do it, but you can beat it. My best guess is that you can't hit any objects. You can't hit cars. Yeah, there's cars that fly in your way now in this one, but you're not allowed to hit the cars. You can't hit the little droid barrier balls. There's center pillars that you can hit. It's a lot. There's vents and all this other stuff that make it a lot more difficult. It's very great. I couldn't beat it.
Tagra manchocina me bortan dorchugos.
Da upa kosa kurata go jujuto yoki. Hiata yamba wajiati yukito tune.
Kabadumpa mo wendido chokeremi norta kunyun wish chawa kachuba. Sura dachi mor.
So that's the recap. There wasn't a lot just because
This is Serico territory. Get out of here before we. Fine.
I died a lot, so I had to replay the same thing over and over. It was not fun. And I kind of forgot what I was doing, so give me a moment. But with all that said, how are you guys doing today? Are you having a good day? Do you have anything planned for the weekend? Is it going to be a nice chilling week, or do you guys plan on doing road trips, going out fishing? The weather in where I live is getting really warm, which is a positive because it means I can ride my motorcycle more often. But it also means that it's warm. So I say that because I have, I don't know if it's a natural thing, but like, I feel like I run naturally harder than most people internally.
Tu nita manta yumar lorda wata. No sanastik. Dovre kun mili wu. Kabadumpa mums. Dovre kun mili da upa. Bosa kurata. Kawana botai. Da upa.
But yeah, so I feel like I run hotter. So in the winter, I can run around in a t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flops for the most part and be 100% fine. Like, I hardly ever wear a coat or any kind of like warming layers, because there are like your silkies that you can do for baseball and stuff like that. Yeah, like I said, I feel like I run harder, so wintertime is great for me in the sense that I don't feel like I'm constantly being set on kotor2. It's the
Let's
only
see. 3 bricks of spice out to Elysia, then with a turnaround. No, that won't work. Come act. Here so soon? I wasn't expecting you for. Well, not now. Anyway. Yeah, well, I tried to explain that, you see, but, I had no choice. These thugs showed up, and they said that you could go space yourselves. And I was like, No, no, this is the red eclipse, and...
But yeah, in the wintertime, I do great. I don't feel like I'm being cooked alive. However, I can't ride my motorcycle. It's always a one-off. It's like either I'm comfortable, like I don't feel like I am too hot or too warm, and I can't ride, or I can ride and I feel like I'm being cooked alive. Which I'll say, in my riding gear, while I'm moving, it feels fine, it feels good. The second I stop and have to wait for traffic or road work to be done, whatever it is, and I'm sitting there for a minute, I feel it because it's a black friction resistant coat, which is kind of on the heavy side. It's not light, and it has some padding, which is great. Gives me pretty good protection. I actually don't know. I haven't had a reason to, or I haven't had any instances where I've wrecked my bike or did anything where to actually see how well it works. And I'm gonna take that as a win, and it is a win because it's there for that case. But if it never has to be used, then yay me. Alright, so this is the swoop racing that I was talking about. So we're going to give it a couple college tries and see if we can't get it done. Nope. Oh well, we can practice, but like I said, this map is significantly more challenging than anything prior. Like I said, so there's a car you can crash into. And then, these heat vents push you, so if you're not careful, you do stuff like that. Like I said, there is a lot to this one. It's definitely on the challenging side. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna say you can't hit anything, because it seems like you always beat your time. If you do. We'll find out if I ever not hit anything. I'm also saying you can't hit anything because his time is never like significantly faster than yours. It's always by like a couple seconds. And I think that is the issue. is I don't think you can hit anything to beat this part. Yeah, so he beat me by less than a second. We'll give it a couple more tries and then move on. Oh, I am happy to say that I've actually been able to get like a little bit further into reading books, mainly the Revenge book. Not much. But it's still a couple pages. So I'm making small baby step progress on that, but I'll take it. Alright, so I think, nope, I was about to say, I think I figured out the vents, but I have not. I'm getting close though, I feel it. We'll do one more try after this and then actually work on completing the story. Yeah. That was bad. That was bad. I wonder if the difficulty of the game scales this up any. Or if this is just overly hard to begin with. That was bad, but we did the vents a little bit faster. I wonder if you have to have a certain speed for the vents not to hit. Ooh, that was bad. Yeah, but I wonder if you have to have a certain speed for those vents not to push you around like they have been. If I can get to that point where it's the vision gets all burly, we'll find out. Because that's the one thing that did change. That might have cost us. Okay. Alright, so one more try after this because this is just rough. I thought we were gonna do good, but... And I want to test out my vent idea. So... Nope. No. So it... doesn't look like it. It looks like we got, I don't know. It's hard to judge because we weren't going as fast as that one time, so. But one more time and then we'll get into story. It's just such a fun mini game. I really do enjoy that they put this into the game, even if it is really difficult. So, I'm gonna try something. It looks like the cars always spawn on the left side. So if we I was saying it looks like if we stay on the left, we'll be golden. No, alright. I think this is the one I can't beat, chat. I hate to say it, but I don't think this is the one. Alright, last attempt. Let's go. I really want it. It's why I keep trying. I've beaten every other swoop minigame, so I really want to beat this one. It's like the most thing I want right now. But I'm really interested to see if the difficulty doesn't scale the difficulty. You know what I mean by like it being on the hardest difficulty, that this is just more than what it initially was. Alright, one more. If we don't hit a car, I think we're golden. Yep. I think hitting the cars is penalizing us on points or the speed. So, alright, this is the last time. Let's do this. Alright, we're doing good. It's always that middle section that trips me up. Nope, we hit a car. I wanted the boost. I got overzealous. Alright, so one more time and I won't go for that boost in the middle. I think what's holding me up is that boost I keep trying to hit, and I hit that car instead. Alright. This is the last time, I swear. I swear it's the last time, guys. I just want to see if I'm close to my idea, or if I'm completely just off base. Alright, so... No! No! That was... We had a good run. I felt like that was it, and I just lost it right there. We tried. We put the old college try into it.
Please, look, I already paid the exchange what I have. Oh, look! Here's the one with your credits. About time. Look, these gentlemen are getting impatient.
I get that they're the exchange thugs, but that was the most like mafia crap I've seen in this game in a hot minute. I almost just didn't want to save him and went nah, but I figured it was going to give me a dark side choice.
Are you crazy? That was exchange muscle. When they hear about this, they'll come back a dozen strong and tear you limb from limb. All right. What'd you want to know? Jedi Master? You crazy? There aren't any more Jedi running around, let alone Masters. But you're serious, aren't you? All right, well, look. If I were a Jedi, I'd be where I could help people. As for where that happens on Nar Shaddaa, I have no idea. The bounty hunters don't have any one place where they stick around. Best thing I can tell you is if you want to find one, get a bounty on your head and then wait. Are you serious? All right. I must be doing something right for you to come along and bail me out like you did.
No, but we're a nice person.
I had forgotten. It may seem that way, but perhaps it can become much more. I'm sorry. I did not mean to speak of it. Principles of sacrifice and charity. These are things I have not seen in some time. I'm afraid that it will weaken you for what comes. But I have said enough, and you do not need my counsel. Your actions should, as always, be your own.
Sorry, I was getting sippy. So those that haven't played this game yet, fun fact, so all this like counselings and like them talking to you, if you wanted to, you can turn it off, like all the pre-warnings, people's opinions. Like you can tell them that you don't want their opinion, and it will permanently shut it off. Like it won't keep doing like how it is now. It is an option. It's up to you if you want to tell them to be quiet and not give their opinion, but you can. You just, in it, some of the dialogue choices, you'll see it. It's like, okay, that's going to shut off their commentary. Let's go to the dots. I'm going to say there's nothing there for side or main story. And it's just going to be not useful, but we're about to find out.
Bogra sią konti ciałom. King Lord Aitha kun. Aitha patisa tog. Dia kun batut kaun. Chona choba. Tapi chayu bong. Jiskapule. Chunbole. Watagratug. Jimula. Chupayo bong laboraturong. Anti-chimate. Muleranion chuba. Nihun kagratug. Jimut malabist wet wata. Jiji, now dum chong yoma bola human. Yoma wa mani boba. Lord a wish wanga shachi. Nihun kagratuk. Jimut malia bist wet wata. Jiji, now dum chong yoma bola human. Chopiti man punjame. Sashange bedwana mulera. Chupa wanga kuna konticha. Chona kona sa. Chopiti man punjame. Sashange bedwana mulera. Chupa wanga kuna konticha. Chona kona sa.
So I was wrong about it leading into the story. That is one of the bounty hunters that wants to find me. I did not remember that he had a secondary goal.
What's going on?
Alright, so we explore until we find more tidbits of information. One of the things I like about the first Knights of the Old Republic is it felt less of a guessing game. Of what to do next. This one, it's a lot more open world, which is nice. But I feel like I'm lost on trying to figure out what the next step is. And I think that we just found so we were looking for a ship ID so we can transfer the Ebon Hawk out of, or not ID, signature. We were looking for a new ship signature to put on the Ebon Hawk so we can travel around more freely without people knowing where we're going.
Raise their standards. Hanhar. I thought I smelled something.
I've told you before, hunt your own targets. Don't scavenge mine. What, working for the Hutt suddenly made you stupider, Hanhar? You touch me, you'll break the truce. And then you won't last long enough to slip off this moon. Don't, Hanhar. I'm warning you. I don't want your life dead, Hanhar. I told you. you're right. I'm afraid. I'm afraid if you keep crushing me, I'll accidentally set off my rocket charges and blow us both to Nalhada. I'd rather die than be caught by you again, Hanhar.
That's very weird to see that she has a life debt with him and he also is one of his prey. I don't quite understand the logic behind that. Like, I get Wookiees make life debts when you save them from a certain situation if they felt indebted to you. It's like Z did to Revan when he helped him out. But at the same time, Z was not hunting Revan after that. So it's a very weird circumstance to witness. The way to get around that is, do we have... it's the poison mass that negates poison. I thought we had one though, or multiple of one. Okay. But yeah, so to get around that, you need the mass that negates poison. Which we had a couple, so I don't know where they went. I don't remember selling them.
Greetings. I am B5D8. Boga the Hutt is the owner of this warehouse, as well as many other facilities, apartments, and structures on Nar Shaddaa. This is a warehouse privately owned by Boga the Hutt. Your specific business-related inquiries will have to be directed to Boga himself. I am not authorized to disclose any information of that nature. However, I can say that this is an entirely droid-operated facility, and as such, we purchase droids for use here. We only purchase droids in larger amounts. If you have a droid you wish to sell, I would ask that you take it to Coded.
So we go back to, not that way. We go back to the refugee sector and see if we can't do something there.
Baboska dwana, chichuba muska techada, nikili kone ope do punta krita, kapunara ge wanabota yutoga kanarodara, kabadumpa munsuruku, takometa kablaya justing, mikigon, kawanabota yutatanga kinamatura, tayaita. Tabosananansata. Kabadumpa munsuru kuplaliyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma.
Well, that explains why the hut wants him dead. I mean, it's a fair reason. He's taking his profits. Huts don't typically take kindly to people that rip them off.
I'll have this open in no time. Shadows fly.
Let's see what kind of loot we can get. I'm really hoping that there is the mask that negates poison in one of these boxes. That would be swell. Also,
I'll have this open in no time. Child's play.
so I don't know how much longer we got with Knights of the Old Republic 2, but what I think I'm going to do is start Expedition 33 and Monster Hunter Wilds here in the next couple days, and then we'll finish off this game on like weekends, because I know it's not a lot, but there is still like roughly maybe 12-ish hours depending on how much I die and how much I don't remember where to go. So that time might change here and there. But so what I'm considered doing is starting those, and then on the weekend finishing up this one, because we're pretty close. We'll see where we get by the end of tonight, and go from there. And then I'm planning on doing 2 streams tomorrow and Sunday. One of them will be, or both days, depending on how far we get, will be Star Wars, and then the other will be either Expedition 33 or Wilds. I'm gonna probably start Expedition 33 tomorrow. I more or less beat Wilds. It's just replayability. Also, new hunts are coming out, so, and also I want to try beating the game by using more than what I just did. There's some fights I will openly admit I'm just going to dual blade it. They are not fun. Well, they are fun, but
I'll have this open in no time. This is too tough for me.
yeah, they are fun fights. It's just they're so a lot of the fights for like why I like dual blades is the insane amount of mobility I have with them. Like, yeah, okay, they're beginner friendly, which is fine. But I do love the fact that on dual blades, if I make a mistake and I don't predict the monster's attack correctly, there's a chance that I can still dodge it and evade out of it and not get wrecked. So I love that dual blades for that reason. Like, they're fun to play. And if there was another weapon that let me have that kind of maneuverability, I would probably run that. Because dual blades don't do I won't say they don't do damage. Because they do a crap ton of damage if you play it right. But like if you look at the long sword or the switch axe, the hammer, the great sword, pretty much any other weapon, it's not much different than any game. Like some weapon systems are better at dealing more damage than others. Some are faster. Some give you unique buffs. Dual wielding is one of those weapons. Well, yes, it's beginner friendly. I would also say that why that is true, it very much is easy to pick up, hard to master. So it's a fun weapon system to play. Kind of like long sword and switch axe. Well, we started, so we might as well finish it. We now just EXP farm.
Take them down.
Like I said before, I love the combat in this because you can pick different lightsaber combat or forms
This won't take long.
that give you a boost to certain situations.
I heard you've been looking for me.
It's funny that we're talking to him while we're doing this fight.
We don't need your help. Now, get out of here before I space you. Yeah, what is it?
Do your worst.
He's going down hard. I forgot he wasn't healed. Death, Force, and Force Stone. What's now this guy's? This is going okay. Kinda. I think we got this. So this lets me walk more, and then it's great for deflecting. With people that shoot blaster bolts at you all day, it's one of the better forms you could use in a situation like that. But yes, there are 7 lightsaber forms. There are some other forms out there or techniques you can use, but they're kind of frowned upon by either the Sith or the Jedi. Like using the Force to turn off somebody's lightsaber mid-fight. Jedi see it as cowardice or unfair, and Sith see it as coward and underhanded.
Let me handle this.
So, the act of cutting off somebody's limb is also frowned upon by the Jedi. It's a technique that they don't much care to teach. They don't care for it. They say it. I forget what they say, but they're not fans of it. So, like how Obi-Wan cut Dark Maul in half. He used a technique that he wasn't supposed to. Or like Dooku and Anakin when he severed Anakin's hand, and then vice versa. Those are all, I forget the actual form it's called, or not the form, the technique, like what it is in Star Wars lore, but it's greatly looked down upon by the Jedi. So here's some fun fact tips. If you're big into movies or Star Wars and the like canonicity of it, if you ever wonder why between Anakin and Obi-Wan's fight, when Obi-Wan jumps on that small little ledge and he's like, I have the high ground, and he's already going, don't do it. Obi-Wan told Anakin with great details how he beat Maul. So he already knew what Anakin was going to try to do before he even did it. That also goes into why Anakin, who was the chosen one, was kind of in a stalemate against Obi-Wan that whole, I won't say the whole fight, there was moments where it shifted back and forth. But the reason that happened is when Anakin was first starting out as a Padawan and all of that, is Anakin and Obi-Wan dueled a lot. So how to best explain that is look at like UFC or any sports. You could even break it down easier. But if you fight somebody or you hang around somebody long enough, you can kind of predict what somebody's going to do based on pattern recognition. So it's like, oh, in case of Obi-Wan and Anakin, it's like, oh, Anakin likes to do such and such. Obi-Wan is more this kind of a fighter, so in close areas he might have the advantage because his form is more on deflecting or rerouting, where Anakin's is more on power attacks, which take up, you have to have more room. But yeah, so the reason Anakin and Obi-Wan's fight was relatively close, even though that, like I said, Anakin was the chosen one and had more of a connection to the Force, whereas Obi-Wan struggled with Force abilities and using the Force, was simply because they dueled so many times with each other that they already knew what each other were going to do. So that's why that fight was not one-sided like everybody would assume it would have been. We go with Force Lightning. I was trying to do a haha funny by having Force Death Field and then doing Force Drain. So use the funny haha AoE skill and then regain Force points through Force Drain. It was great in theory, but it just didn't work out the way I hoped. So far it hasn't. Anytime I try it, it seems like the enemy I'm fighting rolls and it saves it. So it kind of kills that combo and it's dead in the water. If it didn't save, I would say it's a pretty good combo. But so far all I've ever seen is Force Drain the enemy get a safe roll on of it, so it doesn't hit, which feels bad, but
Yeah. I'll have this open in no time.
no, there's not much you can do about that.
Who are you? One of Saquesh's calf hounds? Adana. My mom made the mistake of telling Saquesh he couldn't sell me to the Hutts, so he took me. Yeah. The Hutts always need spice handlers for their camps. People are always dying there. Really? Oh, why didn't you say so? Oh, sorry about those things I said to you. You do look a little like a calf hound, though. I'll go find Mom. Kick him once in the tentacles for me.
I shall try. I have succeeded.
I may be doing some stuff earlier than what I should be, because I don't ever remember talking to anybody about a missing child or a sold child, so, you know, whatever, we ball. I like to explore. Alright, let's see if we can't just kill this dude. Alright, we tried. We're not gonna try to be less aggressive on this matter. It just needs to go away. That's all that's happening, is we're solving a problem through diplomatic violence. It's the way it was said, okay? Game agrees. Gives me 2,000 XP. Which is beneficial. I don't remember the level cap. Well, if we're just going off our MC right now, we're at 23. It might go to 25. I actually forget how far, or how many levels you can gain in this game.
Take them down.
So we'll try it here, but I'm not expecting much from it. Like how it's saved there. We'll see if we can't get some force points back. No, they killed it too fast. Oh well. So if you do level up certain abilities, like I'll say it every time we play, either